Welcome to the Business Finance Bulletin, episode 160. Welcome again to the latest Business Finance Bulletin. With me, Rob Warlow from Business Loan Services, the commercial finance experts. In this bulletin, small businesses' concerns on borrowing money, missed business opportunities for growth, and a business loan in under 12 minutes. Let's start this week's bulletin by taking a look at a regular report being carried out by the SME Finance Monitor team, looking at attitude that business owners have towards borrowing money. Now, this SME Finance Monitor report has been coming out since 2010 in the depths of the credit crunch. And the latest report as of Q4 2016 has just been released. Let's look first of all at the appetite to borrow money. Interestingly, 47% of the 5,000 business owners surveyed said they classify themselves as permanent non-borrowers. Now, the definition of that is a business owner who's not borrowed in the last 5 years and has no intention of borrowing over the next 12 to 18 months. So 47% of them have not borrowed in the last 5 years. And that number is actually increasing. It's been steady since 2015, but back in 2012, that number was 34%. So you can see there is a marked increase of business owners who say they have no intention of borrowing. Looking at a shorter time frame, what are called happy non-seekers of finance. These are businesses that have not borrowed over the last 12 months and have no intention of borrowing over the next 3 months. Well, there, 84% of business owners classify themselves as non-happy seekers of finance. Now, over the last 12 months, only 5% of business owners have renewed their overdraft or applied for a new overdraft or applied for a new loan. Only 5%. Going back to 2012, that figure was 11%. And between 2013 and 2015, it was 7 to 8%. So we can see another gradual decline in business owners wanting to borrow. Looking forward, quite a scary stat. 80% of those businesses said that they would rather put their business plans on hold if they really couldn't finance it themselves. So in other words, only if they can see that they can self-fund would they have any growth plans. So that is quite scary. But also looking a little bit deeper than that, 71% of them said they would prefer to have no growth or slow growth if it meant them borrowing money. So we can just see there that business owners are a little bit less confident about borrowing money. What does it mean for you? Well, of course, I've said before, there's a definition of between good debt and bad debt. Good debt has really helped you grow the business. So if you have got growth plans, don't be scared of borrowing money if it is for the right reasons. Have you ever missed out on a business opportunity or a deal of a lifetime because you didn't have the right finance available at the right time? Well, that's a question that's been posed by Aldermore Bank as part of their Future Attitude Survey. They spoke to 1,000 business owners and asked them this question: have you missed out because you didn't have the right finance available? And of those surveyed, 19% of them said, yep, they had missed out because they didn't have finance ready to go. Now, Aldermore have calculated those business opportunities on an average basis on one deal alone would come to, on average, £77,561 worth of lost opportunity. I mean, that's quite precise, isn't it? But it's quite sad that businesses are missing out on opportunities because the right finance is not there. Well, the problem is, it is there. There are plenty of finance providers out there now, more so than there were during the boom times when it really was just the banks. There are plenty of alternative finance players that are now in the market. So to be honest with you, there is no real excuse for any business owner to say they didn't have access to the right finance. The problem is, of course, awareness. Where do you go? Well, that's of course of people like ourselves here at Business Loan Services. As finance brokers, we know where money is sitting in the marketplace. So one action for you is to go out and find your local finance broker, tap into local expertise. Jump onto the internet and research all the various options around there. They are out there. So don't miss out and leave on the table that nearly £78,000 worth of money just because you didn't know where to go. The options are there. Would you be interested if I could say I could get you a business loan in under 12 minutes? That's under 12 minutes from application to money in the bank. Well, that's a claim being made by Ultimate Finance with the launch of their new cash advance product. Now, Ultimate Finance have realised that business owners, as I mentioned in the previous segment, need to move quickly in order to grasp opportunities when they are there. So they've just launched a new online application for very quick business loans to allow people like you to grab opportunities when they come. The online application is very quick. That'll take you about 6 minutes to fill out. Eligible people, well, it's limited companies only and limited liability partnerships. You've had to be trading 2 years or more. You can apply for an amount anything from £5,000 up to £50,000, a single lump sum repayment in 30, 60 or 90 days, a 1.5% interest rate per 30 days. The application process, say, fairly simple, 6 minutes to do the application and then another couple of minutes or so to actually get the money in the bank. Apparently, the quickest they've ever done it so far since launch is 11 minutes and 16 seconds. I guess that depends on your broadband speed. So, a great new product out there from Ultimate Finance. So if you're in quick need of money and you're a limited company or an LLP and you want to know more about that, just go along to the Ultimate Finance website, which is ultimatefinance.co.uk. Well, that's it for this bulletin. As ever, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and a share. Don't forget, you can also get the podcast version available on iTunes, Stitcher and SoundCloud. Just go along to those channels and search for Business Finance Bulletin. And if you're on the podcast version, don't forget, pop along to my YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and search for Rob Warlow, and there you will find this bulletin together with the others and a host of other videos, all on raising finance and dealing with banks. Thanks very much for being with me. Look forward to being with you again next time. Have a great, successful and profitable week.